Sell your XRP. Not financial advice, of course, but just check this out.
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX educational video breakdown. In today's video, I want to address a individual on the X space, and I want to talk about his post in relationship to XRP and the performance overall. This gentleman's name is Joshua Jake on the X space. I have no idea what type of information or content that he puts out. It was a post that was shared by Digital Asset Investor, and it's pretty much this man going on to tell individuals to sell their XRP. So I want to get into a detailistic perspective from my mindset and break down this gentleman's post just to show you guys how it feeds into the irrational decision making that the vast majority of investors make when it comes towards investing. Okay. So I really want you guys to think logically when listening to what it is that I have to say. And I'm going to provide some information for you guys. And I'm just going to also provide you all with a perspective. So the title of this whole entire breakdown is XRP, a garbage investment, or are you just a garbage investor, right? Now, the reason why I'm stating this is because for me personally, XRP is one of my top performing assets for the year in 2024. Here is a screenshot of my average buy-in price on XRP for the year 2024, and it comes in roughly at around 38 cents. So my portfolio is currently up over $9,000 as of recording this specific video breakdown for the year 2024. So for me, XRP is a really great performing asset, and you have to ask yourself why. For some individuals, is it a really great performing asset, but for other individuals, it is not, and it gets a lot of hate. In my personal opinion, this is primarily because individuals that come into this space do not have a logical trading strategy or any rules or confluences to enter the market. They are immature investors that download an application, watch investors and influencers on X and on YouTube, and put money into this market and without knowing when's a good time to put money into this market and when's a good time not to. And that completely diminishes an investment portfolio, especially if you're buying into pumps, if you're buying into euphoria, if you're buying into rallies, or if you bought XRP when it was most recently at a high, for example, at 74 cents, just looking off of most recent price action, and now your portfolio is most likely down because price has retraced. So is it XRP in the sense of its performance over the past consecutive couple of months, or is it really just your investing approach that has led you to a loss in your XRP holdings? All right. So we're going to get into that a little bit. Now, I want to pick apart this video breakdown again from this gentleman, Joshua Jake. You can go to Digital Asset Investors profile and you can pull up the most recent video that he posted roughly about 3 hours ago if you want to watch this video. Okay. But first of all, let's pick apart the video because this gentleman is not spitting facts. You know, here at CYPRX, we always like to spit facts. Okay. So the first part of this video, the gentleman goes on to say that Bitcoin did a tenfold, particularly focusing on the vocabulary, that Bitcoin did a tenfold over XRP this year.
Sell your XRP. Not financial advice, of course, but just check this out. There's absolutely no point in holding XRP. This is the last 90-day performance. When Bitcoin is outperforming your asset by over tenfold and the rest of the crypto market by 100-fold and is nearly outperformed by stablecoins,
that is incorrect. And I'm going to physically show you that. So let's go pull up the charts, and we're on the weekly time frame. Let's go look at XRP measuring from the bottom of price action roughly on January 1st, at the beginning of January, when XRP price was roughly at around 29 cents the first week of January. Okay. Measuring up to the high of 2024, coming in at roughly about 94.5 cents, almost, give or take. XRP price did a 221% run, right? So it ran 221 percentage points to the upside. All right. Now, if we go look at Bitcoin and we measure the same time distance, so January 1st to the top of where price action reached in 2024 at a new all-time high at roughly around $73,566 odd dollars, okay? Bitcoin did a 354% return, all right? So now let's also go look, and I'm going to show you that what this gentleman, Joshua Jake, said in his video where he said that Bitcoin did a 10-fold over XRP is incorrect. Now, if we just go look at more recent price action, so let's go from February 1st on XRP at roughly around 47 to 48 cents to the most recent pump that it made up to about 74 cents and some change was roughly around a 54% return, okay? Let's go look at Bitcoin. By the way, I'm not defending XRP. I'm just showing you guys that these influencers with a lot of followers have no freaking idea what they're talking about. And they're just trying to sell you. They're trying to sell you something. They're trying to sound smart. Okay. So here looking at Bitcoin, all right, we can see that Bitcoin from the low that was made in February, roughly around the 1st, covering at around $42,200 up into recent price action was roughly around 62% increase. All right. So now let's take that information. Okay. So to calculate the fold difference between the returns of XRP and Bitcoin, we'll first find the difference in their returns and then express it as a fold increase. So you would need to calculate the difference in returns. Bitcoin's return overall from the 1st of January up until the highest point in 2024 was 354%, right? XRP's return from January 1st up into the highest point traded in 2024 was 221%. So the difference between Bitcoin's return and XRP's return equals, to do the math, 354% minus 221%. That equates to 133% difference. So then we're going to express the difference as a fold increase. To express a fold increase, we'll take the difference and add 100% to represent the original amount. So the fold increase equals the difference in returns divided by the original return plus 1. So that would equate to this equation. 133% divided by 221% plus 1 equals 1.33%. Plus 1 equals 2.33%. So in terms of fold increase, mathematically speaking, Bitcoin has only increased approximately 2.33 times more than XRP since January 1st to its high of 2024. So right off the bat, okay, this is why you don't listen to mother truckers on the internet that talk down about specific projects just because they have a high following. The gentleman literally said that Bitcoin did a 10-fold over XRP, when in reality, it only did a 2.33-fold over XRP if you actually do the logical math and you start to think logically and zoom out and see what happened. So again, reiterating back to my point, it is not XRP that is not performing well. XRP, since the beginning of January, has returned over 221%. It is the investor that does not have a logical, mature approach or a confined strategy with a certain set of rules or confluences that actually allow them and give them parameters to enter the market as to why people's portfolios are not doing well. It is because people don't know how to dollar cost average in properly. It's because people don't know how to read and determine risk on, risk off market move. They are just aimlessly following influencers on the internet that cover XRP and tell people that it's going to go to $100 to $1,000. And so people just randomly think that plugging in capital at 61 cents or 74 cents or 90 cents is a good investment approach, when in reality, it's not. You end up getting dumped on, you see a decrease in your portfolio, and then you start to think it's a scam and that it's not performing well. When in reality, if you zoom out and you look, it actually has performed pretty decent in terms of comparing it to a traditional investment. Show me a traditional investment or an asset class outside of crypto where in less than 4 months, because we're only in March, you can make over 221% on your initial investment. You can't. I'll wait. You cannot show me any type of traditional investment where you can plug over $1,000 in the market and then have it experience over 221% increase in less than 4 months, right? So again, relating back to the title of this call, is XRP really a garbage investment, or are you just a garbage investor, right? There's a bunch of immature novice beginners who don't know how to invest, dumping money into XRP. So of course, it's going to seem like it's not a great investment, right? You have a bunch of people that don't really understand the power of this new asset class. This new asset class being the digital asset space as a whole, understanding the power of diversification, understanding the power of what this new asset class holds in the form of the potential for you to experience significant increases in your capital allocation. Now, obviously, of course, XRP in most recent times has not expressed the ability to generate life-changing wealth. But any real investor with significant amounts of capital understands, if we go look at the XRP price charts as an example, any real investor with a large amount of capital knows that if they would have put $100,000 into XRP on February 1st at roughly around 48 cents, that on March 11th, less than 60 days later, you would have made over $54,000 because XRP from February 1st to March 11th increased over 54%, right? That is a massive amount of money. That is a minimum wage salary in less than 60 days. Again, show me another asset class in the traditional realm of investing where you can make a minimum wage salary in less than 60 days by allocating capital to the space. You cannot. So again, it is a lack of understanding of what opportunities are available to us as retail investors in the now. Yes, absolutely. I agree with this gentleman when he says that XRP is not $100. It's not $1,000 and it's not $10,000 like a vast majority of these influencers prop out on social media, right? I myself am extremely bullish long-term on XRP when we experience a utility market cycle, when we actually experience these digital assets being used for their real-world utility. That's not happening right now. So in the trading realm of things, a 30%, 50%, 45% increase in less than 60 days is actually a really great investment, okay? Because if you look at it and compare it to traditional investments and asset classes, you cannot make those types of returns. So again, to full circle, back to the title of this, is it really XRP as an investable asset, or is it you not having a mature, logical approach, setting yourself predetermined discounted areas of interest that are logical, that are realistic, in which you can plug capital in at a discounted price to see an appreciation in your portfolio? It's really not hard to do to create a strategy and where you would actually have seen a rising equity curve as an XRP investor this year alone. There were over, if you're just looking at price action on the weekly time frame, there were over, let's just say, one, looking at the charts right now, 2, 3, 4 opportunities for you to buy XRP this year alone underneath of 50 cents, where if you would have bought XRP under 50 cents this year over the 4 times that the opportunity was available to you, your portfolio would be in the green, right? So how hard is it to say to yourself as an XRP investor, as long as XRP price is above the 50-cent psychological level, I'm not going to buy? Right? It's super easy. You set yourself alerts and alarms on whatever trading application you utilize to monitor the price action, and you wait. It's that simple. But people, because of influencers, watching these individuals online, telling them we're going to see a bullish pump or whatever the case may be, don't have the ability and the structure and the mentality to do that. And this is why people are getting wrecked. And this is why people think XRP is a horrible investment. When I literally just showed you all that since the beginning of the year, up into the highs of 2024, it has returned 221%. If 221% is not enough for you, then you have a problem. You literally have a lottery fixed mindset and you want more than what you can actually handle. You have been ingrained to believe that just because other people are making thousands of percentages on Pepe or on Shiba Inu or whatever freaking meme coin is pumping, that you deserve that same amount of return. That is the most illogical way of thinking, and you should never compare your success to other people's success, ever. That is the most horrible way of thinking, Okay. Another thing that this gentleman said in his post, Joshua Jake, where he goes on to say in the form of confidence that ISO coins are not going to pump.
This whole ISO 222 narrative, guys, isn't happening. XRP, XLM, Quant, XEC, Algorand, even Cardano, which
First of all, nobody knows that. So for him to put out a video and claim like he has some type of insider information, that's, again, an illogical way to approach the markets. Joshua Jake, just because he has a large following base on X or on Twitter or whatever profile platforms he promotes his work on, he does not know the future. So for you to sit there and listen to this gentleman and think that just because he says that these ISO coins aren't going to pump because they're not pumping now, does not mean that eventually they won't, right? Think about that. How many people are going to watch this gentleman's video and make an irrational decision to sell their cryptocurrencies and then regret it at a later date in 3, 4, 5 years from now because they weren't patient and they weren't able to understand what is actually happening and being built behind the scenes? These ISO crypto tokens, these digital assets that actually have real world value and utility, of course they're not pumping right now. They weren't created for you to invest in. They weren't created for you to experience 221% gains. They were created to fix problems in the financial system. They were created to make payments faster, cheaper, and more efficient and effective, right? Obviously, of course, if they're not being used for their utility, then they're not going to be pumping. They're not going to be pumping like these meme coins because they actually provide real world value, right? You cannot think that tomorrow you're going to become an overnight millionaire. This is a long-term game. This is a zoomed out approach. If you really understand and you've done your research as to what's happening with the financial system, with fiat currency as a whole, with the depreciation of domestic currencies all over the world, then you can really conjure the idea that eventually we are most likely going to see some significant price appreciation within these utility tokens. Now, which one is going to be the gain? Which one is going to be the winner? I'm not here to debate that, which leads me to diversification. If your XRP bags aren't doing well, boo-hoo at the end of the day. You have the ability to diversify. You have the ability to look into other projects, other niches. For example, the Carbon Credit Initiative, artificial intelligence, data analytics, digital identity. There's a whole realm of niches outside of just payment tokens, right? That you could be diversifying into that have generated significant returns. So people that are complaining that their digital assets aren't performing well, most likely aren't looking into diversification outside of other projects. And you should be. Diversification is extremely healthy. Again, it's not financial advice, but you should not have all your eggs in one basket, right? It only makes logical sense. If you're betting on only one digital asset, well, if that one digital asset doesn't perform well when others are, you're going to feel like crap. It's going to weigh on your mentality. It's not going to do you any good. So diversify, research other projects that have the potential to be successful, right? Okay. Now, last but not least, the reason why I'm bringing this to everybody's attention is because we've been ingrained in this new digital asset class, this new ecosystem, because we've seen massive amounts of percentages. And yes, people have experienced multi-million-dollar life-changing wealth, billion-dollar life-changing wealth, even trillion-dollar life-changing wealth, right? What opportunities are you going to take advantage of in the now? Okay. In the now, that means this year, XRP did for a fact return 221%. XRP for a fact did return, and I'm only particularly focused on XRP because that's what we started the video out with. XRP did return in the last 60 days over 50%. That is for a fact, right? So if you missed out on those opportunities and you're one of those people that's thinking negatively about your XRP bags, ask yourself why that is. Where did you buy XRP at? When I'm sitting here and I can physically display to you guys that my average buy-in price on XRP is 38 cents, and I've been invested in XRP since 2017. And if my average buy-in price is 38 cents, then that means that there's only been a handful of times that I've actually invested into XRP, which means I'm extremely patient. It means I have a well-defined strategy as to when I implement capital into the digital asset XRP. And if you don't have those things, then is it really XRP's performance Is it really an underperformance from the digital asset XRP, or is it your underperformance as a person, as an individual, to take a more mature approach to trading and investing instead of listening to these dumb-ass influencers online that are manipulating your brain juice into believing something that is unrealistic, unreliable, and unattainable, right? Think about it. I'm just saying, people, okay? You really have to buckle down and start to look internally instead of blaming your underperformance on all these external factors. If your portfolio is not doing well and you're a heavily invested XRP investor, why is that? It is not because of XRP. I guarantee you it is not. It is not. I repeat, it is not because of XRP, because I just physically showed you that in between, if we're comparing Bitcoin investing from the beginning of 2024 until now, where price action has most recently pumped to, and compare that with XRP price, the difference is only a 2.33% fold increase. When again, this gentleman was preaching on the internet. This has 90,000 impressions. Let's go look at this gentleman's profile, Joshua Jake, real quick. Okay. On his profile, he's got 59,000 followers. And on the video that he posted, it's got over 243 impressions, 243,000 impressions, excuse me, right? So 243,000 people have just been lied to into believing that Bitcoin has done a tenfold over XRP. So what do you think that's going to do to 200,000 market participants? Granted, it's not going to be all of them, but there's going to be some of them that think that it's XRP's performance, and that's the reason they're going to blame that on that external factor as to why their portfolio is not performing well. When in reality, it was all the things that I just listed. It was their illogical approach. It was their immature approach. It was their inability to believe in themselves to create a well-defined, well-pre-planned, logical strategy and a set of rules to enter into the market, to exit out of the market, and to actually apply that in the term of patience over a prolonged period of time. It is not the price of XRP as to why your portfolio is not doing well. So anyways, I'm done my rant. I just think it's absolute garbage when I see stuff like this, influencers with massive following coming out and not pumping out value. Here at CYPRX, we're always just attempting to provide the most value that we possibly can, really trying to educate individuals in this market, market participants, as to how we properly approach these markets, regardless if you're a dollar cost averager, a day trader, or you're just a researcher that's looking for a deeper perspective into the markets via information that does not get put out to the mainstream. You have a community of like-minded individuals via the CYPRX monthly and lifetime access to come in, join, accumulate information that is actually valuable, right? We're not just sitting here freaking hoping for overnight wealth. Here at CYPRX, we take a very mature, proactive approach into learning when's a good time to implement capital into this market, when's a good time not to, and who we should not be paying attention to. For example, this gentleman, garbage. Absolute garbage, in my personal opinion. The fact that he's got this many followers and comes out with an illogical way of thinking in the first 20 seconds of his video, come on now, people. And then at the end of his video, after lying to people, tries to sell you something. Come on now, red flag. Big, massive red flag. Again, it's not financial advice, right? I'm not telling you guys to go out there and buy XRP by any means, okay? But I physically showed you on this call that individual influencers like this are liars, that it is not XRP's performance. It is the eye of the beholder. It is the person that is plugging capital into this market that has no approach, that is doing it wrong, okay? So you really got to grab a hold, take a more mature approach, be teachable, really zoom out and see what is available to us as manual retail investors in the now. Now, I'm not an XRP maxi. XRP, as a matter of fact, is not even my biggest bag. Anyways, long story short, many blessings to you guys. Just be careful as to the information that you're consuming. I know I went on a rant here. I went on a tangent, but I hope that I got my point across. And I'm not bashing this guy in the sense of his personal character. Maybe he's a great guy, but you can clearly see the information that he's putting out on social media clearly needs a little bit more direction. All right. Many blessings to you guys. Be cognizant, be aware, and I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.